Welcome back to the Workbench, everybody. David here at Scale Models Midwest. Hoping you have a great weekend and a happy Mother's Day to all your moms out there. My mom's out in heaven and just kind of enjoying the day. It's a nice quiet day. Did a lot of yard work outside this afternoon. Had some free time for about 3 hours. I've been down here in the basement since, just working on the new kit. This is Revell's 1968 Dodge Dart Hemi, or 440 GTS. As you can see here, took me a couple hours to put the stuff together for the sub-assemblies and go over those in a moment, but I got the body cleaned up. I got all the mold lines out of the way, got the lines rescribed for the door panels and the trunk, and I got a couple of coats of primer on it, which I'll sand eventually before I go and put color on this thing. Maybe. As you can see here on the background and on the thumbnail, I'm kind of torn. I've got 3 ideas I can go with. One, the box art, obviously. As you can see here, this is the 68 Dodge Dart Hemi box art, and it just looks pretty sharp in that Hemi Thunder decal motif. The decals actually look really sweet. And then here's a GTS in green. I remember a friend of mine that had, I think, a Plymouth Scamp in much the same color green, and while I like that, I went to Scale Finishes and got airbrush ready bronze poly instead. So doing that, going that route. Again, maybe. Reason being is the first view is the box art. I can go with that. I've got the green. I've also got the red that I can use underneath those decals. And then the, as they came from factory, LO23 option right there. Let me get my camera light out of the way. LO3 option as it came from the factory, with the radius wheel wells in the back, flat back or what have you for the front end, primer gray, and black interior. I like white interiors from the 60s cars, and I've already got the interior spray painted with flat black as a primer. If I go with a GT 440 or GTS 440, then I will do the white interior, because I've got some pictures online of that. Like I said, I've got bronze poly if I go that route for the paint scheme. It just is a sharp color, and I've not painted a bronze colored car of any type before. It just looks pretty sharp, yet I've always liked this look. When I saw this first in Hot Rod magazine and now here on the web, I mean, it's real easy to take the kit and carve out those wheel wells. If you see back here, there is this line. You can barely see it. You can actually use a moto tool to carve that out, but it's a little bit more round than it should be, because you notice this, while it's a little rounded here, it's more abrupt. Well, it's not what I'm looking for. It's more abrupt of an angle that way. So I don't know, got some ideas. Like I said, kind of playing around with it. In the meantime, I am building both versions. As you can see down here, I have the 440 sub-assembly built, and I have the Hemi built. Then, in addition to this, I have all of the other stuff. I got the chassis, I got the rear ends, and then I've got, of course, my forest of painted plastic. Some of this is going to get brush painted. One thing, when you're working on this front end, they have really cool front suspensions, and the torsion bars are replicated in this really well, but they're also very fragile, or fragile. So I broke it off. I do have the piece. I painted it as well, so when it comes time to detail paint and then get the chassis assembled, I'll have it. It'll be okay. Like I said, if I go with white interior, I've already got the flat black as a base, and I think that'll kind of look cool if I go with the GTS 440. I even looked at a couple of pictures of a Grand Spalding GS8, but I really want to look at this one from back in the day. The other thing, when I look at the LO23 version, is if you notice, it had Kragers on the front and on the back wide steel wheels. When they came from the factory, they were all black steel wheels, and they were nowhere near as thick of rear wheel as that. It was very thin. If you look at the pictures from the factories, they were like really narrow tires. They were just coming from the factory in the most basic setup possible, so then the people who bought these, they'll do what they wanted to do with them. Put big meats on the back, Kragers up front, run them, and just have a good old time racing these things. So as much as I would like to build this one, I do have like 2 or 3 of these up on the shelf. This time out, I think I might just go with the bronze poly, because the more I looked at that paint, the more I liked it, and the more I said, you know, I don't have that on my shelf, so why not? And yet, I don't know, I might change my mind 3 or 4 times before I actually put the paint on the model, but in the meantime, I've got the other things to work on. And with that, just wanted to kind of give you that quick little update. So in the meantime, I'm gonna get to heading upstairs. My wife's coming home from work soon. She had to work on Mother's Day, unfortunately, but gonna cook her one of her favorite meals, chicken spadini, and hope she likes that. She's excited to see me fix that. And yeah, have a good evening. Nice quiet one. Hope you're having a great time building the cool kits. As always, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for this channel. I always appreciate everybody checking out this channel. Got a couple things on my to-do list. I've got to pick up some more Tamiya Fine Primer, as well as some more TS 6 matte black and some 29 semi-gloss black. I tend to run through those paints pretty quickly. And I've got to get some filters for my spray booth, because I've been neglecting changing mine out. And I saw Chris is over at HPI Guy's Workshop, and I saw some people commenting on his, going, hey man, change the filters. And yeah, I kind of looked at mine and said, you know, I gotta get mine replaced too. So tomorrow during lunch, run over to my local hobby store, pick up a couple of those, and get that changed out, so less dust in this area. With that, have yourself a great weekend, and we will catch you in the next video.